Big Dash knows what?
Clean up on aisle 11. Clean up. I think we need a broom. We definitely need a broom. Get the brooms out. We got to clean up on week 11. Week 11, clean up. Get the brooms out. There's some sweeping that needs to be handled. Sweep. It's been a long time since we've been able to say or use that word sweep, positively for New York Giants. But for New York Giants, it's been a little bit. It's been a little bit. And after the season has been going the way that it's been going, it's a little feather in the cap. I know it really doesn't mean much on the big scheme of things. It's the Washington Commanders. But no, the way that these two fan bases go at each other and the way that we talk trash about each other's teams, for us to have these bragging rights, and these bragging rights will last a year. Up until we play them again, we have the bragging rights. They can say whatever they want about the New York Giants and about how much we suck and this guy's bad, this guy's horrible. But what did you do when you had your chance up against the New York Giants? What did you do? You lost. That's what you did. You lost. You lost. And you got swept. And it was people that always talk the way they talk. The Giants you got swept. You got swept. Deal with it. Deal with it. And it wasn't even like anything fluky either. All 4 quarters, the New York Giants were putting the paws on the Washington Commanders. Tommy DeVito, clap it up for Tommy DeVito. That man woke up in his mother's house this morning. Actually, I'm sorry. It was a away game. I can't even use that angle. But he woke up in his mother's house all this week before he went to practice. Peppers and eggs for breakfast. Whatever he was eating when he got home, most likely chicken cutlet or cutlet sandwich. I don't know what was going on, but the man woke up in his mama's house every day this week, preparing for the Washington Commanders. Flew to D.C. D.C., Virginia, whatever. Flew to the DMV. Came out with a victory. 3 touchdowns for Tommy DeVito. 3 passing touchdowns for Tommy DeVito. Head and shoulders above every other quarterback on the team now, statistically, as far as touchdowns go. What is that? 5 touchdowns on the season? 6 touchdowns on the season if you include the rushing touchdown that he had. Tommy DeVito beat the Washington Commanders. We had 14 points on the board with 0 rushing yards. That was a graphic. 0 rushing yards. That means Tommy DeVito single-handedly was beating the Washington Commanders the first half of the game. Yes, the defense caused some turnovers, absolutely. But it wasn't a scoop and score. It wasn't a pick 6 in the first half. We'll get to that a little bit later. Tommy DeVito beat the Washington Commanders, along with a fantastic showing from the defense. Now, let's talk about this for a little bit. We saw a fight. We saw emotion. We saw a fight on the field, and we also saw a fight on the sideline. Things got a little bit feisty. And that touchdown by Sam Howell, I don't really believe he crossed the plane, to be honest. They gave it to him, but I don't think he crossed that plane. But it ended up with Cordell Flott getting ejected for throwing punches. Somebody on the Washington Commanders team also got ejected for throwing punches. And for some reason, Xavier McKinney woke up after the fight, because Xavier McKinney was making plays all throughout the game. Throughout the rest of the game, Xavier McKinney was making plays after that skirmish, that scuffle on the sideline. So I'm sitting here and I said it in the spaces that I was in. Remember John Henderson, defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He used to get slapped in the face before every game. He would have one of the trainers or assistant trainers slap him in the face before he went out the tunnel. Is that something that we're going to have to do to Xavier McKinney before the game? Maybe don't slap him as hard as the dude was slapping John Henderson. But if this is what Xavier McKinney looks like once he gets pissed off, go ahead and slap that man before every game. Slap him. Slap him before every game. My man Stiles said he'll do it for free. He'll fly in every game and do it for free if they need somebody to slap Xavier McKinney just to get him started. But that's a joke. You already know what it is. But again, I'm proud of this team. It's only our third win of the season. I know the big story, or the story behind the story, is going to be like, oh well, we need to be tanking, we need to be losing these games. I believe it's the third win. I believe we should still be safe. We'll still be in that top 5, top 3, range. It's not the end of it. It's not the end of it. And here's the thing: if you're worried about that right now, come on, enjoy the win. Enjoy the win. It means nothing. I understand that it means nothing, but enjoy it. It felt good to see the New York Giants win a game. It felt good. It felt good. It's been a while. It felt really good, and especially against the Washington Commanders. Again, when it comes to these fan bases, we talk a lot of trash to each other because that's all we have. We really don't have the victories to back up, or to talk a lot of trash within the division, but we can always talk trash to each other, that being the Giants and the Commanders. And right now, they can't tell us anything for an entire year. Until we see them again on the field next year, we have the bragging rights against that fan base. But again, great showings. Let's talk about some of these showings, man. Dexter Lawrence being Dexter Lawrence. Absolutely. Pressure. I believe he had 2 sacks today. Kayvon Thibodeau, I believe he had 2.5 sacks today. And again, he hits 10 double-digit sacks on the season with a lot of games left. Thibodeau can end up with like 15 sacks at the end of the season. That's not anything that's out of range right now. The way he's playing right now, he can hit 15 sacks. I'm excited about that. I like the way the secondary played. I like the way Bobby Okereke and Micah McFadden played. There was a couple of issues where they missed a few tackles, gave up some big plays, but at the end of the day, it was more good than bad when it came to this defense, and I'm so proud of these guys. Even Jahad Ward got a little bit of work. Basham got a little bit of work. Azeez Ojulari did some things. He looked like he was gassed, though. I don't know if he was, trying to save himself or save his leg, but he didn't look the greatest. But again, he was also getting a little bit of work as well. He was involved. I'll say that he was involved. Pinnock, Deontay Banks. I got no complaints when it comes to this defense. If I did have to force a complaint, it would be prior to us getting that pick 6. The series before that, when we went into like that soft zone defense and they were able to move the ball right down the field on us. We had to keep on sending that pressure. And once we got into that final possession for the Commanders, you saw that Wink Martindale said, forget it, I'm just going to do what I do best, send the pressure. And what happened? We get a pick 6, walk off home run, walk off pick 6. Isaiah Simmons covering the wheel route. I believe that was a wheel route he was covering. They were able to get to Sam Howell. Not the best ball. Could have been deflected. They hit him. Ball hung in the air a little bit. Isaiah Simmons makes the play. Goes right down the field for the walk-off. Pick 6. Touchdown, New York Giants. We win 31-19. The New York Giants have swept the Washington Commanders, and I'm excited about it. I'm absolutely excited about it. Tommy DeVito is going to be the real story here, because this is that same offensive line. And he was able to throw for 3 touchdowns. Damn near 300 yards throwing too. 300 yards passing. Again, I understand that this is the Washington Commanders. But it's also just Tommy DeVito. Throwing for almost 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and making the New York Giants watchable for at least this Sunday. So I'm excited about that. Nothing really much to talk about outside of that. We can do all the bragging on social media and the spaces. We get to talk a little bit of trash. We have the Patriots next week. But enjoy this victory, New York Giants fans. No matter how you feel about the draft, we can worry about that tomorrow. But today, hopefully you have it in your heart to enjoy this victory and celebrate a little bit. Enjoy the rest of the games today. Enjoy Monday Night Football. Enjoy Sunday Night Football. But just know the New York Giants are still 3-8, still in that top 5 range as far as draft order. So it's not the end of the world that the New York Giants won a game against the Washington Commanders, and you still have those bragging rights. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.